Hello.
Hello. Are we good?
Define good.
We're starting it
So,
off like that.
okay.
One sec, can I ask you something real quick?
Ask me.
Technical stuff. Can you hear the droning in the background?
Droning.
Yeah. Do I sound like I
No.
usually do?
Yes.
Okay, because I have the AC on and I'm sitting right under it. I have the fan on the lowest setting, but I'm scared that it might, show on the thing.
Oh, okay. No. I can't hear it.
Okay, good.
I want to preface today's conversation by saying that my energy is going to be really off today. And that's for a couple of reasons. One, you'll find out how I feel about this movie. Two, speaking of air conditioning, Khalifa, my AC hasn't been working. So I'm like...
I went through this hell a week ago. Both of my ACs in my room stopped working simultaneously at the same time, and I had to get them replaced, and I had to sleep without an AC for a day, which was hell.
I hate how that happens because, bitch, I'm not like dying from heat, but like the lack of airflow in the room is making me so exhausted.
It's heat we're not used to. Also, we're privileged enough to have always had ACs, in our lives. So when you miss it, it's a mess. Ooh. But also, it's not like, I want to clarify for like people listening outside of our country. It's hot.
But outside of the Middle East,
we can't open a window and be like, oh, let me feel the breeze. No, we can't do that.
Oh no, baby.
No, we don't do that here. We don't do that shit over here. If you open a window, you're gonna get a mouthful of dirt in your face.
Exactly. And the AC not being on impacts like other simple stuff. Like, for example, I keep a lot of water bottles in my room, and like I want to drink some water, but because the AC isn't maintaining like the water's like coldness, it's
they're
lukewarm.
They're like all watery and lukewarm. Yeah.
Whatever. Anyways, we are here today to talk about Thor: Love and Thunder.
No. Is that the first time they've used the end credits song in a trailer?
I don't think so, but also they did use the song in the middle of the movie as well.
Yeah, they used it twice. They used it in the end credits and the middle of the movie, as creatively bankrupt as the rest of the movie.
Khalifa.
Why don't you start? You saw this before me. You were the one that's been holding it in all this time. I want you to go ahead and start. I saw this, to preface this, and Mubarak saw this when it first came out in July. And I saw this only yesterday when it released on streaming, because I wasn't able to watch it in theaters because it was banned here, but I saw it abroad. So yeah, go ahead. Okay. How do you feel about Thor: Love and Thunder?
So thankfully, I didn't travel to see it. I happened to be traveling at the time.
Yeah, this isn't a Multiverse of Madness situation.
So I want to say that I was actually really excited for Thor: Love and Thunder because Thor Ragnarok is one of my favorite movies, and of course you're signing up you're signing up Taika Waititi to direct the next one.
Yeah.
And
same director, mostly same cast. Yeah, like Korg and Valkyrie and
coming in, and like we're gonna get like a female Thor, and I was just extremely excited.
Me too. It was very exciting.
One of my most hyped movies, actually. But once the trailers and all the promotional materials started coming out, I was like, "Ooh, this isn't looking good."
Yeah. I remember.
But whatever.
A very funny thing happened. The first trailer dropped, and one of us sent it to each other, and like we saw the trailer, and it was silence afterwards because
we didn't even talk about.
We were like, "Oh no, this does not look good."
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then obviously before the movie comes out, reviews start coming out,
and it's just a mess. Like it
was critically, it was not like acclaimed. Like yes, it wasn't well acclaimed at all.
Yeah.
And
it reviewed almost as bad as Eternals, right?
Yes. Yeah. A little worse, I think. Actually,
but I think at that time, I don't want to speak for you, but I still had hope because Eternals was critically panned, and we ended up liking it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, I was like, okay, I'll see for myself. Yeah.
So, yeah, But also I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a little weary going into the theater. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna lower my expectations. The expectations were lower, child, and
Mhm.
I left the movie feeling extremely disappointed. Khalifa, like it wasn't even like I just felt empty. I felt like nothing hit in the movie. I was just sitting there, and it Thor: Love and Thunder feels so fucking overproduced. It feels like a money making machine.
Yeah,
It looks like shit. It
it looks like garbage.
and what's the most frustrating thing to me was it has so much potential. Like when you look at it, when you look at the material, there
Yeah,
is enough stuff there to make a great movie.
yeah.
But I think we just got the wrong version of it. I think there's a version out there of this movie that is perfect.
This is crazy because we had this exact same conversation about Multiverse of Madness, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what the hell is happening in the specifically the feature film department of the MCU. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
shows have been hit or miss too, but the movies have not been hitting at all. Like, I don't know what
Mm-hmm.
the fuck is going on.
Yeah. Should I talk about what I liked and what I didn't like?
I'll give you my thoughts, and
Oh yeah,
like
go ahead.
we'll get into that. Okay.
Go ahead. What did you
So,
think?
my perspective.
Take into account everything you've known pre-watching and also like
Yeah, I
the
was about to
yeah.
mention. So, my
Okay.
perspective. It's September, right?
Mm-hmm.
Leading up to the movie, I've heard all the criticisms. I have heard how the movie has, like, overused comedy, blah, blah, blah. You know, I have heard people shit people that I usually align with, like, in terms of opinion in regards to movies, shit on it. You told me you didn't like it at all. So I went in and I went in with my expectations were under the floor. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like, I don't like, I didn't, I was like, I'm just going to press play and I'm not expecting a single thing
Mm-hmm.
because everyone I know has told me this is terrible.
Yeah.
And going into the movie, I knew a couple of things. I knew we're going to start talking spoilers. So it's called a spoiler cast, you're here. So, but just in case,
So fuck
I
off.
knew that,
Yeah.
I knew not a lot of things. I knew big things. I knew Jane was going to die at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I knew about Gore's daughter dying in the opening scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew about something else that I don't even remember because I think it turned out to be not important at all. I knew about the Hercules thing at the end.
Oh, okay.
Because it stars someone from the Hercules is someone from what's that show on Apple
Ted
TV
Lasso?
Plus? Ted Lasso, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, so I press play and I'm like, okay, I'm not expecting anything. Opening scene starts and it's Christian Bale crying, whatever, blah blah blah. He's like starving. I'm like, okay, this looks a little weird. And then his daughter dies, very sad. Who cares?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Literally, like I don't even know who this person is. Like, okay, sure. And then Christian Bale looks over to the horizon and sees like a green planet, a green forest thing,
Mm-hmm.
and he walks up to it, and he falls down into the water, and I go, oh no, because the grass surrounding the water looks like a stage. It
Mm-hmm.
looks like a set. The
Mm-hmm.
leaves are fake. It
Mm-hmm.
looks like a set, and I was like, oh, what is this movie gonna be? Like I'm not mentally prepared for this. This looks fake. This looks not real. This looks fake.
Yeah.
And then he goes up and talks to the god who is half CG, half real. He looks awful.
The
And I'm like,
god looked awful.
what the fuck is happening?
It was straight out of Spy Kids.
It looked terrible. And then in 5 minutes, Gore loses all of his faith and kills the god and becomes the god butcher. I'm like, what is this? And then the Marvel opening plays, and I'm like, what am I in for? So like,
I would say I did like the version of the Marvel theme that they used for the opening.
it was cute. It was cute. Yeah, the music is great.
Yeah,
That's one thing I can say. The music is
yeah,
good. I
the
guess.
music is good.
Yeah. So
You won't be
while
hearing much of that.
yeah.
So,
So while the
yeah.
Marvel opening thing was playing, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be bad,
Oh,
isn't it?
Lord.
And it just kept getting worse and
Mhm.
worse and worse. It got a little better. I liked the black and white sequence,
Hmm.
and then it got worse and worse and worse, and it ended. And I was like, what? What was this movie? It's so funny. Like, it's funny to me because, like, in Multiverse of Madness, I went in with really high expectations and I was gravely disappointed and I was angry. This time, I was just like laughing at how bad the movie was. I was like, this is not like, who made this? You know, who okayed this? This movie feels like a first draft.
Oh,
Like, it feels like someone wrote a first
absolutely.
draft and made the movie. Like,
Oh,
it's just,
absolutely.
it's so choppy. I don't know. It's so choppy. It looks
The
cheap.
pacing was really bad. The presentation was not it whatsoever.
I think I have a controversial statement. Not controversial, but whatever. A statement. I think this is the worst MCU looking. I think this is the worst looking MCU movie.
Oh,
hands
I
down.
agree.
Including some of the Phase 1 stuff.
Oh, of course, I agree. This had the worst CGI in
including
the MCU
the TV shows. Honestly, like, this looked
Oh,
terrible. This looked
absolutely.
bad.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was horrible.
I was just shocked. I was
my
shocked.
God, Khalifa, like you don't. One of the biggest things you don't want a movie watcher to feel is for them to feel like they wasted their time, and that's what I felt.
Yeah, same.
After I finished watching it, I was like, even though this is the shortest runtime in the MCU, I was like, this was too long. A lot of
I
these
was
movies
constantly
just
checking
time.
my phone. I was
Me
constantly
too.
checking my phone, being like, when is this going to be over? I can't. I'm not liking this.
Too.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's something I can say for Multiverse of Madness, honestly. Even as much as I hate that movie, it flows. Like, I was never bored. You know what I mean? I was like constantly bored here, waiting for it to end. Nothing was happening. Everything looked awful. Like, I didn't care about anything
shot
happened.
was 1 second too long, at least.
It was just...
The pacing was so fucking horrible. Khalifa, especially since I was traveling. So I left the movie. I'm like, I just wasted my day on this. Oh my God. Yeah,
I did not like it at all. You didn't like it at all. Let's talk about it. What are the things you liked about the movie? Let's start there.
Okay. I liked the Jane stuff, honestly. I
agree.
I like that storyline a lot. Look, everything that I'm saying I like is gonna come with a but, okay? I like it a lot, but oh my God, this the Jane stuff feels like a standalone DLC being included within the movie because it just. I just
know
wish
exactly what you mean. Oh,
I wish the whole movie was about Jane. Like,
me too.
It kind of feels like one of those things where it's like, you know, when you play like a game and like a character. Oh, okay. Spoilers for Skyward Sword. Remember how you're going through Skyward Sword looking for Zelda, and then in the credits you're seeing her journey.
Yeah.
It felt like that. It felt like, okay, there's like another side of the story that we're just not seeing.
Yeah. Listen, I think they could have either done Gore or Jane. Both doesn't work.
Yeah, at all.
Like, it does not work at all because, like, the Jane stuff isn't a B plot. It's an A plot. It has to be an A plot.
Oh,
and the Gore stuff is an A plot also, and you can't have two A plots in one movie. And that's what happened here.
The way they decided to do both is to make distilled version of both of these movies and put them in one movie.
And it's shit. The end result is shit.
Really bad.
Have you read the Gore comic run?
I didn't. No.
In the lead up to Thor, I did. I did read the Gore comic run. Mubarak Gore is a fucking amazing villain. Like, he is incredible. He's so interesting. The way he talks is so menacing. And I think Christian Bale's performance is fine. I feel like people are overrating it. Like, it wasn't that good.
Yeah, I thought it was fine too.
I thought it was just fine, yeah. But, like, the way they butchered the character, pun not intended, was just like... I was shocked. Gore the God Butcher is so fucking menacing in the comics. He literally kills God. Like, he kills gods.
And bitch, we came like right from Hela, who is an amazing villain. Yeah. Written also by Taika Waititi. So, like, what is the issue here?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't want to blame it on... I think... Can we talk about the elephant in the... I guess we're still in the likes. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
We're talking shit, but we're still in the likes.
I like the Jane stuff. I really don't like how it was implemented. It felt very rushed. and the way it was implemented didn't make her moments hit. Her storyline has a lot of heart,
Yeah.
and like it's just that the cancer storyline is very powerful and could be its own movie.
Yeah. And can I
I
say,
yeah.
I hated the cop out at the end.
Oh, wait, which one?
The post credit scene.
I didn't, just because it at least opens the possibility of her returning.
I'm glad for that because I like Jane at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason the cancer storyline is so strong in the comics and so like poignant is that she dies.
Mm.
Like she's gone. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So it's like you don't really feel the weight. I don't know. Like you feel the weight of that while she's dying. I was completely over the movie. I was like, I don't care at that point.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
I was like, I guess if I was interested, I would feel the weight of her dying.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
like the immediate switch up, yeah, it's funny. It's like
Khalifa,
why would you even? I don't know.
the thing is, even the characters that I liked, I didn't like during this movie. I
At
didn't like
all.
the Guardians in this movie.
I didn't like Valkyrie in this movie.
I didn't like Valkyrie in this movie. We have like a death fake out for Valkyrie, and when I tell you I didn't move,
Me either, because I knew she wasn't gonna die. Like this movie, the way this movie was set up, there were no stakes.
mm-hmm.
Like I knew she was gonna survive. You know what I mean? Like Valkyrie's not gonna
I
die.
fully was like, ooh, what if? But I wasn't intrigued enough to move. I was just sitting still in my chair, eating my nachos, like just doing my little thing. But oh my god, the Jane Foster stuff. Okay, that's a good with a butt thing. Gore, good with a butt. Christian Bale was menacing when he was given the chance to be menacing.
Yeah, but that barely happened.
That barely happened. They gave him one scene at the village, and that's it.
Yeah, and
that's
even like when he's talking to the kids in the Nightmare Carousel thing, he's carrying the kids in, whatever the fuck that was. He's not menacing. He's just like the Joker. I'm like, why are you turning fucking Gore the God Butcher into the Joker? Like, what is happening? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, he's cracking jokes and shit. Like, Gore the God Butcher is like fully menacing. Not a single joke out of his mouth in the comics, and it's like I don't understand why they adapted it like this.
Especially since his design, I really like his design here. I really like how he looks.
Me too.
I like the Necro sword and all of that. Like, it's so cool, and the way he like kind of teleports is really cool. It's just we're not doing anything. Hela looked cool and had the chops for it. Like we were seeing Hela like kill people. Hela,
like she killed the entirety of Asgard.
Yeah, and
like,
Gore the God Butcher can't kill a fucking god.
Yeah, he kills one god on screen, and like it was the one that wasn't expecting it and was defenseless, basically. So it's like, how is the main villain God the God Butcher if he's not gonna do any god butchering? Like there was no god butchering in this movie. On screen, anyways. Like like Thor goes to places and it's like, oh my god, this god is dead, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, show it. Yeah. And there was that weird scene with fucking Sif.
Oh my god. Khalifa, the fucking character assassination of the Thor verse.
Listen, we'll talk about the comedy. We'll get to the comedy because it's going to be a big section.
Mm-hmm.
The first point, I realized it was a problem Gebel beforehand. Sorry, the Arabic came out. It comes out when I'm frustrated. I realized that it was a problem beforehand, but the moment I was like, oh no, was when Sif was dying and Thor was cracking jokes. And I'm like, your best friend is dying. Yeah, like what the fuck are you? Or what the fuck are we doing? And like it's like that one. It's like that one What If episode, the zombies one.
Yeah, where they were like cracking jokes at each other dying.
Yeah.
But Khalifa, the thing that frustrates me even more are the intended audience, because when I see people's reactions to the movie, a lot of people are like, I wish in the post-credit scene where Jane goes to Valhalla, Sif's arm was there. I'm like, what? Khalifa, that wasn't just one comment. I saw like 20 comments saying that.
Listen, I will say, I can see how that would be funny if they pull it off. The way this movie was pulling shit off, they would not have pulled it off well. At all.
No. Khalifa, not a single joke landed for me.
Me either. I laughed at. Listen, I thought the goats were funny.
The goats. Look,
Yeah,
I did laugh at the goats the first like 2 or 3 times.
yeah.
They
By the
didn't
end,
get
it got
annoying for
old.
me. They didn't get
Yeah,
annoying for me. I didn't hate them. It just got a little old, and it
yeah.
was just like, okay, who's like the target audience for this? Is this like the millennial audience that like saw like that remember the goat screaming meme, or is this like for
I don't
kids
know. I
with
don't know.
like the kids storyline? Like,
I
what
don't
is
know.
going on here?
I thought the only time I laughed was during excuse me, during the goat stuff. Like that was the only joke that landed,
Mm.
which is crazy because Thor Ragnarok is like a funny fucking movie. Thor Ragnarok is really
Yeah,
funny. So like
yeah.
I'm just shocked. It's shocking, but we're still in the likes. Remember?
Oh, oh my god. I liked I liked Jane's costume.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
I think that's it, Khalifa. I like I do like what the goats add. I like that Thor like has like a vehicle now. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's it. I
I
think that's
mean,
it.
I agree with all of your likes. I don't have anything else to add on top of that. Really, I think that's it for me too. Like I
Bitch.
liked Jane. I liked Christian Bale's performance. I think that's it. I think that's it for me. You know what I
Bitch.
mean?
Did this need I don't know. Did this need to happen? Like that's all I'm asking because
No.
even by the end of the movie, it's like, okay, what happened to change this chaos? Because you introduced 2 characters in Gore and Jane and kill them off, and like,
Yeah.
I guess Thor has like an adoptive daughter now. So
I guess. Oh,
what
I forgot
now?
about that end scene. Ew.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
like
like that.
I I don't like that either, and I don't like the. It was like a twist, like, oh, this is why the movie's called Love and Thunder, and it's like,
Yeah. I was like, okay. Final nail in the coffin.
oh my god. Also, yeah, I want to talk about like the pacing and like the way information was given to us during the movie.
Hmm.
I really hated how we were given information throughout the movie in general. Like, for example, okay, Gore the God Butcher is like coming into this village, attacking everyone, blah blah blah. Thor and the party goes. Yeah, they go there and they try like to save the day. Oh,
Yeah.
another Thor? Ah, Jane. It's like, when did this happen? Like, we're moving so fast.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
didn't they shoot a transformation scene? I remember seeing the behind the scenes pictures.
Me too, and I was shocked that like the only thing we see from Jane's transformation, quote unquote, is like the Mjolnir coming together slowly,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, where's the rest of it?
Where's the rest of it? Yeah, it just happened. Okay, sure. And then, okay, the kids get kidnapped, whatever. We don't even see the kids get kidnapped. It's like, okay, we just find out through this like town hall meeting fucking stupid thing. And then out of nowhere, a head starts floating in the back, and it's like, hey, I'm Aster. I'm Heimdall's son. And I'm like, what?
What
Heimdall has a son?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, what the fuck was that about? Like, ooh.
I mean, it doesn't even make any sense because Heimdall has a
Is this the
son.
first time that we both hate a movie on the pod?
Hate a movie, an MCU movie.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
I think
Because
so. Yeah.
we did have Hawkeye. But yeah,
yeah, Hawkeye's a TV show. That's why I asked MCU movie because we both hated Hawkeye.
Okay.
It doesn't even make any sense because like the kid is not even mixed, and
Mhm.
Heimdall was the only black person in Asgard. So who did
Yeah.
she have the kid with?
Yeah,
I mean?
and
So it's like, what?
where the fuck was this kid on the fucking spaceship when everyone was like fucking massacred by Thanos?
Exactly, but he did look really young, like 5. Oh well, he was like 10. He looked 10.
Yeah.
So like, no, that doesn't make any sense because I was like, oh, maybe it happened during the blip, but no.
That makes even
Wait,
less sense.
when does this takes place in 2025, right?
This takes place at like the most like the furthest point in the timeline. Like
So
after Miss
2024,
Marvel, after
2025.
I think it's 2026.
Something like that. I guess
Okay.
if it did happen during the blip, which was what,
But Heimdall
2018?
died before the blip.
That's right, Heimdall died. That's right, she RIP'd.
Oh my god.
In the opening of Infinity War, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
When
So
did he
like,
have it? Oh, maybe he had him when he was a baby? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I feel like we're going to be talking about someone's kid very soon again.
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
You will find out soon.
Okay. What do you think about the kids' like storyline?
Oh my god, what do I think about that? What do you think I think about that? Like, be real.
Knowing how you
me.
feel about child actors.
You know me. How do you think I feel about that?
I feel like you.
How do you
I feel
think
like you were
I
eye
felt?
rolling the entire time.
How do you think I felt during the final battle scene when Thor was like, "Here, take this weapon," and they were all rushing, and like the big finale was the kids fighting. I was like, please shut this movie off right now. Like, I can't. Like, I don't like children. Like, I was completely over the movie. But like, I kid you not, that's when I went on Letterboxd and rated the movie 2.5 stars and wrote my review. I didn't even wait for the movie to fucking finish. That's when I wrote my review. I was like, fuck
Bitch,
this.
it's like when that was happening, I was like, this is kind of embarrassing. I'm kind of embarrassed to be here. Like, Khalifa, I was embarrassed to be seen in the cinema watching this. I don't want to be seen here.
This movie was god awful. Like, I don't even know what else to say. Like, this was just bad. Even the Guardians section at the beginning, which was so rushed. Like, how much did they get paid for this?
Bitch, I have no fucking clue. And they were only there for like max 3 minutes.
Which is crazy because it was so set up. Like, that Thor is gonna join the
Endgame.
Guardians now, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's like
Yeah.
it's just that. The Guardians were low-key the best part of the movie. Sorry. Like,
Sure. Yeah,
and
they were good, but like the CG on Groot, the CG on
it
Rocket,
just, all of it looked awful. All of
Mantis
it
looked
looked
bad.
awful.
Like Khalifa, like what happened in the visual department?
I don't know. This movie looks terrible. Like, I don't understand. I just don't get it. I'm gonna tell you what. Guess what they used to shoot this movie?
Oh yeah, I know. The Mandalorian thing,
The
screen
fucking
thingy.
cursed volume that's not letting us fucking breathe. That's why Boba Fett looks like shit. That's why Thunder looks like shit. They used it. They used it very well on the Mandalorian, and then they started overusing it and not knowing how to use it properly, and it just, everything looks like shit now using the volume. Obi-Wan Kenobi also looked like shit using the volume. So it's like,
the Batman looked very good
because they know how to use it.
Yeah.
I love that fucking Disney made this tech, and then fucking Warner Brothers are the only people that know how to use it. Like, be serious, be real. Like, what is happening?
Oh my god.
You know what the volume was so well used in the Batman that you couldn't even tell when it was used. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna shift gears a little bit. Did you know that Kat Dennings was gonna be in the movie?
No.
Okay.
I wish she wasn't. Surprised. Let me tell you what.
I was surprised. I actually gasped. I was like, oh, she's here. Okay.
I was like, oh, Darcy. I was like, oh, Darcy.
Bitch, she got her check and left.
I have no idea how we, like, you know what? The Monica and Mr. Randall Park, what's his name? And Jimmy Woo were carrying, because I don't know how we handled Miss Darcy in WandaVision. I don't. Listen, I think the character's fine. I don't think Kat Dennings can act. No shade to her. Like, no shade. I'm sure she's a lovely person. But like, the line delivery, she's like, Jane is literally dying of cancer. She's like, have you told anyone else? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking, bitch? Like, this, I can't, like, she's not a good actress. And I don't think anyone, like, I don't even know what happens to the acting in this movie. Like, aside from Christian Bale and maybe like Natalie Portman, nobody was acting.
Barely. Nobody was acting.
Tessa Thompson, what happened, baby?
Tessa Thompson was fucking. She wanted to get out of there. This was like, she's dating Taika, right?
Yeah, and a three-way relationship with Rita
With
Ora
Rita
of all
Ora?
people.
Okay. Sure.
Fucking Rita Ora, oh, sure. Rita Ora is so funny to me. Like she's just a funny person, you know. You know what I mean?
Bitch.
Every time I remember Rita Ora, I remember the tweet of her being like, "If this gets 100,000 retweets,
I'm gonna
I'm
release
gonna
my
drop
next
my
album.
music." And it got barely over 1,000, and she was like, "Oh, my account got hacked."
And then the headlines are like Rita Ora threatens to release a new album. Oh my god. Or was that Jessie J?
That was Jessie J, but they used it for Rita Ora also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tessa Thompson, I don't know what the fuck happened. I love Valkyrie.
Me too. I'm just shocked at what they did.
I liked Valkyrie here. Like I'm not gonna like I liked how queer they made her because she's not queer coded anymore. She's very obviously queer now.
Listen, I have a qualm with that. They set it up. Oh, Valkyrie's looking for her queen, you know, blah blah blah, in the lead up. And the only very queer thing she does is she kisses like a hand of someone, and that's it, of a woman.
Oh yeah. In terms of
Literally
actions,
it.
yeah, but they also talk about like her past lovers and like how
and then Korg reveals that
the
his
women
father's gay.
and that he's gay too. He gets a fucking hubby, but by the end of this movie,
I think Korg's species are only men. That's why.
Yeah, they are only men.
Yeah,
but
we love that, I guess.
But in Ragnarok, he mentioned his mother, so.
This
Taika,
is the gay
get
rap
the fuck out of here.
This is the gay rap we deserve, fucking Korg.
Taika, get the fuck out of here. I don't blame this on Taika, actually. I genuinely...
something had to have happened because... like,
can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I think Chloe Zhao made such an impact coming into the MCU because she made a Chloe Zhao movie. And all of these bitches are trying to replicate that. Sam Raimi was like, I'm going to make a Sam Raimi movie. and Taika Waititi is like, I'm going to make a Taika Waititi movie. And this is what we fucking get.
Yeah. The reason Eternals worked as a Chloe Zhao movie was because it was an original movie. Like, it was original characters, setting the ground, you know, everything like that. How are you going to make a Sam Raimi movie from fucking Doctor Strange and Wanda Maximoff?
Yeah.
And how are you going to do a Taika Waititi movie with Thor? You know what I mean? So it's like...
if Sam Raimi directed Werewolf by Night, we would have been eating it up.
Yeah, that would have made more sense.
Yeah.
For Sam Raimi. You know what I mean?
You could never be Chloe Zhao.
Exactly. Which, by the way, Werewolf by Night looks great.
Werewolf by Night looks amazing.
Yeah. So does Secret Invasion. Like the trailers they dropped yesterday were great. So very excited for the future of MCU. But yeah, anyways. I don't even know what else to say. Should this just be like a 35-minute pod of us being like, this movie's bad?
I mean, I guess I don't want to do the beat by beat thing. Honestly, I really don't feel.
I don't feel like doing it, and I think like the movie's slowly removing itself from my head.
Yeah,
because I saw it yesterday in Mubarak and I barely remember anything of it. I was like, okay, this happened. I just watched it, and I want to forget this because like this does not leave an impression on me.
The movie did not need to be 2 hours long. Like, it was short.
But this could have been an email. This movie could have been an email. Like, be serious.
Okay, yeah, it could have been an email. Yeah,
like,
you're right.
This movie was too fucking long for its own. Like, this could have been like a 60-minute special. You know what I mean?
Like, I would have loved to be in the universe where this movie was a pure Jane Foster movie, okay? And like, we got like the romance, we got the cancer, we got like all of that, and
yeah,
you know, like we did,
or a Jane like TV show or something. Or a Jane show or something.
Yeah, like
I
can see a great movie in this. It's a miss. I'm sorry, it's a miss. It's a miss.
Speaking of misses, we talked about the comedy. It was one of those things where it's like, I don't mind comedy in the MCU, unlike a lot of people. Where it's like comedy is ruining the MCU. I think the amount of comedy in the MCU, aside from stuff like She-Hulk, which is a comedy show, I think, which by the way, I mean, look at that if you want to know how to write actual comedy.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
she was fucking
Episode 4.
funny.
Yeah.
Especially episode 4, you know what I mean? I was like literally laughing out loud in episode 4 of She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Like it was really funny. So it's
Mhm.
like going from that to this, being like, it's not just the fact that. So yeah, I'm fine with comedy in the MCU. It's just that in this movie specifically, you could not go 5 seconds without a joke.
Oh
And
yeah,
it was
for sure.
exhausting, and none of it was hitting. It's like swing, miss, swing, miss, swing, miss, swing, miss. And it's like, just please let it breathe. And like, even during the emotional moments, there's comedy. Like, you're watching your best friend die, and you're cracking jokes. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Like, when they were
What was
trapped
the
in the
worst
black and white
offender for
section.
you? Oh, okay.
When they were trapped in the black and white section, and like Jane is being choked and Valkyrie's being choked, and Thor's being choked, and he's like, Gore's like, give it to me, and Thor's like, I'll give it to you, and you go to the dentist, and I'm like, is this really the time for this joke? Like, you guys are about to die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there is no worst offender for me because the entire movie's the worst offender. Like, it keeps happening, and it's like, please let it breathe. Comedy is good when it's in doses. Like, you can't be comedic 24/7.
Oh, absolutely.
If you're not an A+ comedian and not all of it is hitting, like, you just can't. Not
Bitch,
everybody.
It was a fucking train wreck. It was a train wreck.
Not everybody is Ava from Abbott Elementary. Like, nobody can have that pacing of comedy and it just working like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, it was just a lot. It was a lot.
Bitch, for me, the worst joke in this movie was in the town hall thingy when they were talking about like the children being kidnapped, and then Thor tries to like give a speech, and like it's like, he's just being a himbo or whatever, and it's like,
and it's like these people are crying over their children. It's like, it was
what
like,
are we doing? What are we doing?
I don't know.
Talk about the fucking. I don't have a problem with Thor's characterization. Like, that's fine. Like, whatever. I don't give a shit. Actually, I don't give a shit about Thor's characterization.
Me either. Like, I don't give a shit about Thor. Like, Thor could die and not like a single tear would be shed.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
if
Thor
he died
just
in
died.
Ragnarok, I would have been emotional. Yeah, but at this point, it's like, I don't care.
I mean, I don't think I've ever cared for Thor. I'm gonna be honest.
Spill.
I mean, I'll be like, he's there. I don't know. Like, out of the original team, including Bruce Banner, Thor is the one that I'm like, okay.
Oh, not even you care about Hawkeye more than Thor?
Oh, I forgot Hawkeye was in that lineup. Hawkeye and Thor are like in the same echelon of like, you could literally have someone could literally pop a bullet in your head, and I'd be like, okay, work, bye, good riddance. Glad to not have you here. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'd rather have something that doesn't have Thor in it than does have Thor in it. Yeah. That's no shade to Chris Hemsworth or his characterization. I think Thor is a fun character. It's just like,
and you know, Chris Hemsworth is gonna play Thor until the day he dies.
I mean, he has nothing else going for it. Like, he's getting old, so the looks are not looking anymore. So, it's getting harder to book stuff. So I think he's gonna like hang on to Thor for the rest of his life. Look at ScarJo. What has ScarJo been doing since Marvel? Jack shit. Nobody's booking her. You know what I mean?
She's fucking producing something for Marvel right now. So like,
what is she producing?
I have no idea, but Kevin Feige offered her to produce something after the fucking lawsuit stuff.
Anyways, Scarlett Johansson has done jack shit since Black Widow. Like, let's be real. Like, I have not seen her in anything since then.
Oh, what the fuck did Chris Evans do after Endgame?
Not Chris Evans, not a movie in sight. Robert Downey Jr., not a movie in sight. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and Tom Holland is up next, talking about, I don't want to be playing Spider-Man at 30. Bitch, what the fuck are you going to be doing then?
I think Tom Holland quickly realized that he's not a good actor. So I think he's gonna stick with Spider-Man for the long run. Because if Tom Holland loses this, baby, that's the end of the career. Yeah. Like, talk about writing Zendaya's coattails for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Tom Holland's not a good actor. Have you seen Tom Holland in stuff other than Spider-Man?
I saw him in Uncharted.
Aside from like genre shit like that, like in a serious role.
I started watching Cherry. I got bored and I clicked off.
I saw Tom Holland in a movie called Devil All the Time.
I want to watch that movie. It's on my list.
I didn't finish it. I saw a snippet of it. I was like, oh my god, Tom Holland's terrible. Like, he does not know how to act when he's not quirky or whatever the fuck they try to do with Peter and like they did with Nathan Drake.
Bitch, did you watch Uncharted?
I don't want to see Nathan Drake butchered. No.
Khalifa, Uncharted was like, it was Uncharted. Like, let me just say that. Like, it's Uncharted. Like, you're not gonna see it on any charts, bitch. Like,
That's
it's
cute. That's
bad.
cute.
It's bad.
Yeah, I don't even want to watch it. Uncharted holds a special place in my heart. The franchise, and it's like I don't need that. I don't need to see
Bitch,
that.
the villain is like this black woman, and the way they fucking massacre her at the end is so fucking like.
Isn't it
It's
Tati Gabrielle
yeah,
from Sabrina?
yeah,
I really like that actress.
yeah. They fucking massacre her. So
Is Chloe in the movie?
who? Oh,
Chloe?
his girlfriend? No.
Not Elena, not the blonde lady, not Elena. Chloe.
Which one is Chloe?
Chloe has dark hair. She was in Uncharted 2 and she was in Lost Legacy.
Nope, she's not there.
Period. Okay, so it's just Sully and Nathan.
Yeah, there's another girl. Oh wait, it is Chloe. Her name was Chloe Fraser.
Yeah, Chloe Fraser. Yeah.
Yeah, she's there. She's there.
Yeah. Great. They butchered her too, probably.
She was
butchered
whatever.
her character. I mean, like she's probably still alive. Yeah. Anyways,
Whatever.
yeah, like Chris Hemsworth is going to be playing Thor for a while, and it's like, listen, I don't need after this movie. Thor can rest. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't even know like where he is in the MCU right now. Like I don't even know like what's the word? What the plan is? I like what?
I mean, do we know what the
what's
plan
going
is with anyone?
I mean, we have like a rough plan with like Ant-Man and like
Yeah. And it's like I was
whatever.
staring at while watching the post-credit scene, I was like, okay, when is this gonna pay off?
Yeah.
Because
It's
Thor
giving
5 isn't in the works. You know what I mean? And it's like, when is this Hercules thing gonna pay off?
Yeah.
Is it never? Is this never gonna pay off?
And the thing with the little girl, like when is that gonna pay off? Like,
Yeah,
are
like,
we gonna
when
get
is
like a Logan-esque like movie now?
Listen, the little girl has to know how to act in order to
Yeah.
get a Logan movie.
Yeah.
This little girl, bless her heart.
She's Chris Hemsworth's daughter, by the way.
Like in real life?
Yeah.
Actually?
Yeah.
Why does she look like that?
I mean, it's makeup probably, but
No, it's not makeup, girl.
really?
Anyways.
Okay. Okay.
She does not look like her dad as Chris Hemsworth. That's what shit about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be mean. Just kid. It's a kid. Whatever. But yeah, who's Chris Hemsworth married to?
No clue, but it was some girl that came in at the post-credit scene of Thor: Love and Thunder to kiss Thor as Natalie Portman.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Not Love and Thunder, Dark World. You mean?
Sorry, Dark World. I said Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I feel so bad for Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
The only Thor movie that's not a flop is the one she's not in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it happened with Star Wars too. It's like, oh my god, if I was Natalie Portman, I'd be like done with like pop culture stuff.
Oh, for
like,
sure,
I'm done
for sure.
After this, like everything she's in is flopping, and it's like this poor lady.
She got the gym regimen for free, so
work.
She got beefed up and stuff, so like she can move on and be happy.
She did. I'm shocked that like she didn't need the muscles.
She really didn't. No.
Yeah. But because they were never in like focus. They never really focused on them or anything. She never flexes or anything like that.
Yeah, she does. So she never flexes. Her arm is noticeably bigger, but like.
But wait, how did they do the cancer scenes?
So what do you mean?
When she lets go of the hammer, she goes back to being frail, right?
Oh, well, it's whatever the fuck they did with RDJ in the beginning of Endgame when he was like super skinny.
Right.
But also, oh yeah, I remember. I wish there was kind of like a bald look for her.
Me too. I was hoping for that.
I really wanted the bald cap.
I wanted to ask. Just remembered. Remember when the Viking books pop up?
The what popped up? The Viking
books.
Yeah.
The Norse books where she discovers that Mjolnir can heal people or whatever.
Yeah.
Where did they come from? Because there was a little sound effect before they popped up, but
There
I never
was.
understood where they came from.
Bitch. Fuck if I know.
Work.
Fuck if I know. And
Work.
also, like, I can like this is the shortest version of this movie because what's his name? Jeff Goldblum shot
Was
stuff
supposed
in
to
the
be in
movie.
this, yeah. Oh
And
my
Lena
god.
Headey.
This would have been that would have been a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like glad that we ended up with this because like on top of the I don't know what the English word for this is. On top of the malaga that was happening, imagine like Jeff Goldblum showing
buffoonery.
up. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good with what we like. I'm not good with what we got, obviously, but like I'm glad it's not that.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm done talking about Love and Thunder.
I'm done talking about this fucking movie too, but we fucking hated it. The MCU's in shambles. I'll tell you my hot take now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you did have a hot take.
I was like, I have an MCU hot take. I'm gonna tell you at the ranking, but I'm gonna say it now because like, might as well. You know what I mean? Because it's like something I feel strongly about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is gonna shock you.
Okay.
Phase 4 of the MCU is my favorite phase.
What?
I don't
Why?
think it's the best phase. Let me rephrase that,
Mm-hmm.
or let me reinstate. I think Phase 4 is my favorite phase, and I'm gonna tell you
Okay.
why.
Yeah, let me know.
I'm
Tell
not
me
stealing.
why.
I'm shoplifting. I'm gonna tell you why.
Tell me.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because honestly, this is the most amount of misses we've had since Phase 2, probably, or Phase 1, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I would rather have this than just the formula of Phase 3 being repeated. And I just love the insane, like, creativity and balls to the wallness of this phase.
Yeah.
Like, let's do this phase is giving, like, let's throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah.
And like, I appreciate
Absolutely.
that from like, because this is Disney, this is a multi-billion-dollar company. And like, they could have done the safe thing of like, let's just keep making the same Phase 3 stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that could have worked, and they would have come out and they would have been great. But instead, they realized,
Bitch, the
what?
power just fucking ran out. And the
Are we
Wi-Fi
keeping
shut
this in?
down. I guess, but did the recording save?
I don't know.
Bitch, the fucking Wi-Fi went out, and like the lights are out.
Are the lights out? Oh my god! Are you sitting in darkness?
Bitch, get me out of this ghetto.
Okay, let me finish what I was saying so we could check. We could check what happened. What I was saying is that I appreciate the balls to the wall. I appreciate the creativity, because they could have done the safe thing of like doing the same thing over and over again, but like instead we get like, you know, WandaVision, She-Hulk, Werewolves by Night. You know, like if it weren't for this phase, something like Werewolves by Night or Werewolf by Night, sorry, regardless of how good or bad it is gonna be, like we don't know, would not have happened.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And this is why I think Phase 4 is my favorite phase, even though like it's just a mixed bag of like shittiness. Like we get like one good thing and like three bad things, but it's like I just appreciate it on that level, and I think it's my favorite phase. And I think the highs are the highest in the MCU. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I love Phase 4 so much, and I think it's my favorite.
I actually agree with everything that you said. I love how balls to the wall Phase 4 was. And I'm saying was because we're almost done.
Yeah, we're almost done. We have two more. We have Werewolf by Night and
Wakanda Forever.
And the rest of She-Hulk, and that's it.
Yeah.
Wow, it's over.
Yeah, I love how original Phase 4 was, and yeah, like a lot of it wasn't missed, but I do love how experimental it is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that it's my favorite phase. I'd still say that Phase 3 is my favorite phase, but it is my second favorite.
I think Phase 3 is the best phase, for sure. Like, hands down.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Bitch, I fucking hope that the beginning of this recording is here. We can't lose another recording. But you know what? Like Anchor is kind of good. Like Anchor.
Yeah, Anchor is good. And after you went out, I stayed behind, and I think it was still like, it could have stayed. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways,
okay, that's
goodbye. I don't know what our next podcast is
final
gonna be.
thoughts. What are your final thoughts?
This movie's shit. Taika Waititi do better. Thanks.
Yeah. Period. I'm gonna check out what the fuck happened. The power fully went out. I'm in the dark. But yeah, I hated this movie, and I've been eager for you to watch this movie. So I really wanted you to like this movie, so we can have like the opposite of what we usually. Well, not usually, but like me hating something and you liking it.
Drag me.
No, there's no drag intended. But
yeah, I guess what you mean. Yeah, I'm usually the more critical person. You're usually more the
the dumb one.
The I'm gonna consume without thinking about it one. Your words, not mine.
Yeah,
your words. But no, yeah. Kidding aside, yeah, I get what you mean. I went in wanting to like this movie. I really did. I went in, I played the thing. I was like, I have no expectations, and I'm gonna come out of this movie saying, you know what, it's not that bad. But I came out the opposite, and I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. This is even worse.
And that should tell you enough about how bad the movie is. If you're going in with the lowest expectations, and you're
still shocked at how bad the movie was, yeah.
I think it's an objectively bad movie, and I think I honestly, I'm gonna have like a very strong claim. I think it is the objectively the worst project that they've created
ever.
Honestly, yeah, because I feel like it's the one with the most misses. I feel like at least all the other quote unquote bad projects deliver something well, while this, I can't tell you one thing that this movie delivered well without like a but statement.
I think it's an objectively bad movie. I don't think it's worse than the first two Thor movies. No.
I think so. But
I think maybe it's worse than Thor 1. I don't think it's worse than Dark World. I don't.
Ciao.
And also, I also think like Multiverse of Madness is an objectively bad movie, but you like it, so.
Moving on. Yeah, so
that's what every mother does.
That's what every mother does. So these were our thoughts on Thor: Love and Thunder. Let us know your thoughts.
What's our next Spoilercast gonna be? She-Hulk?
I think She-Hulk is gonna be the next Spoilercast.
Period. Catch up on She-Hulk, y'all. It's getting good finally.
Yeah. Period. Yeah. Whatever. This is gonna come into like our end of the year ranking, but I'm excited for some good stuff, Khalifa. Like I'm waiting for good stuff.
I think I'm waiting for good stuff too. I think we're gonna rank this in the same place in the Phase 4 ranking. I don't know about the overall ranking, but I think it's gonna be maybe the same place for us both.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Anyways, with that, you have listened to another episode of MK Spoilercast. Please follow us on social media at the MK Pod. That's THEMKAYPOD. The MK Pod. THEMKAYPOD at Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great rest of your week. Are you still
sitting in the dark?
I am sitting in the dark. These are desperate measures, desperate times. And desperate measures. Oh my god, girl. Whatever. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Goodbye.
Bye.
And pray for unboxed electricity. Bye.
Please. Please. Bye-bye.
Bye.